introduction to the code generation features of the InfinStor Data Management platform for machine learning. This is seen here. You can see list files, read raw files, read CSV files, read and transform. List files simply takes the storage view that you had chosen. In this particular example, I've chosen to see the objects that were ingested into the bucket from midnight May 24 to 1 minute past midnight May 24. The bucket name is BTC raw transactions and the path is raw transactions /. I will go ahead and press the list files button. It injects a cell with some very useful code. What it does is lists the objects in my storage selection. My storage selection happens to be, as I pointed out, 1 minute in the midnight time of May 24. If I hit run, it's now going to list those transactions. It turns out there were 207 objects that were listed. It puts the names of those objects in an array called array of files. So let me say array of files, shift enter, and there you go. Those are the objects that were ingested in that time. We also have functions. We have a button that can inject a code cell to read those objects and put it into a pandas data frame. I'll demonstrate that next. Let me clear the buffers and go ahead and press read raw files. As you can see, this does a little bit more than just list the objects. It also reads those objects into a pandas data frame. Let me hit go, and as you can see, it's now starting to read those objects in a parallel mode. It actually has about 8 processes going out there and reading those objects, so it ticks along just fine. Once it's done reading those objects, we'll see what the pandas data frame looks like. And it's done. It has read 207 objects, and I will say objects, shift enter, and that's the head of the list. You have a file name, which turns out to be the index for this pandas data frame, and the raw bytes. You can do some processing on those raw bytes, and in the third screen capture video in this series, we'll show you how you can write a snippet of code to interpret those bytes and capture that snippet of code as a named transformation. Once you have a transformation with a name, you can apply it to many hundreds of thousands or even millions of objects.